This has serious implications for the Padres, as this article reveals three huge things that could have a massive impact on this team in the playoffs. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Our last regular season off day. So I have a little news for you from AJ Cassavell, everyone's favorite reporter. Before we start, of course, please subscribe as always. I forgot the graphic, but you saw the graphic. We just passed 2,500. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed Christian's game recap. I guess I can kind of do a news style video, but I kind of already do those already. So this is that for you, I guess. But super close to 27 or yeah, 275, 0, 2,750 and 3,000. Let's try to get there. But okay, let me show you Zeus. With the Padres in postseason, what's left to resolve before October? So obviously I had it through my best friend ChatGPT, but let's break it down nice and simply. So who starts game number 3? And by game number 3, we mean the game number 3 of the wild card, if it gets there. As you remember, the wild card is a 3-game series. So Nick Pivetta is lined up for game number 1. That one was already confirmed. Michael King should be game number 2. And then there's been 3 starts since the IL, and he has 1 win. And then game 3 options include Yu Darvish, Dylan Cease, Randy Vasquez. And Yu Darvish will be starting on Friday, and then Michael King on Saturday. Mathematically speaking, that would line up Darvish for game 2. But I don't know. It's not like confirmed or anything like that. So I don't know. But mathematically speaking, it is saying Yu Darvish should be 2. But I don't know. But more importantly, though, I do think Michael King should be number 2. But who do you want as number 3? Darvish, Dylan Cease, Randy Vasquez. Vasquez has been consistently good, but lacks the track record, and Cease is inconsistent. And yeah, like I've said, Vasquez is a luck merchant in some sense, but recently he has pitched very well and is kind of strayed away from that luck merchant idea. But his stuff is nowhere near as good as Cease. It's just Cease is just beyond inconsistent and pitches like he's terrified to throw strikes. So basically what it leads up to is, between these two at least, is do you trust luck or do you trust, how would I call it? Like potential, I guess. Do you trust luck or do you trust skilled potential is the big thing. And that just goes beyond not just game 3, but like the next series when we make it, and just in the future in general. But prediction though, AJ Cassavell thinks Darvish will get game 3 due to his trusted due to 2024 winner takes all success improved since lowering his arm slot. And yeah, I mean, let me know if you think Darvish is the worst option here. I don't hate Darvish. I mean, he has done enough in his career and he has proven himself enough that I think he's definitely deserved a game 3 start. I don't think he should be going like 6 innings. Like I feel like he'd probably go, depending on how good he does, maybe like 1 time around, then maybe put in Cease or Vasquez. I don't know if they'll ever do that, but with our bullpen a little hurt now because of Jason Adam and Jeremiah Estrada been kind of shaky recently is the nicest way I can say that. Maybe that's what we'll do. I don't know. That is entirely up to Mike Shildt. And as we all know, Mike Shildt does not listen to anybody whatsoever. He makes his own decisions. And in a sense, I kind of respect that. But let's talk about, let me show you this first. So here's how our starters have looked, right? So Nick Pivetta, obviously 2.87 ERA. He's number 1, right? Number 2, they're going to go for Michael King, who hasn't pitched a lot this year, obviously. Only 14 starts compared to like Nick Pivetta's 30. But he has been good, but recently he has been okay. Now, again, we've said it before, this is his rehab starts. Like he's been rehabbing these past couple of games, and then it'll be a rehab his next start too, to be honest. But is that enough for him to pitch the same level he did last year when he played the Braves in the wild card? I don't know, but I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, I mean, look at the stats, right? Obviously, not some of these pitchers are not sexy whatsoever. I don't even know where Nestor Cortez would be. Honestly, hopefully not on the roster. But I don't have any hate towards Nestor, but yeah, we've seen how he pitched. But yeah, the bullpen, Jason Adam, of course, is gone. Jeremiah Estrada is a little hurt. David Morgan is back, though, and David Morgan has been effective for most of the year. Kyle Hart actually has been pretty effective as a reliever the past couple of days, or I guess past couple of weeks at this point. So what does that mean? I don't know. Maybe we'll see Kyle Hart in the playoffs. I kind of hope so, to be honest. But moving on. How does Ramon Laureano's injury shake up the lineup? Versus righties, Gavin Sheets will be in left field, predictably, or he predicts that Gavin Sheets will be in left field. Bryce Johnson as a defensive sub. I still cannot read. Versus lefties is a whole different thing, as they're going to play Matthew Boyd and Shota Imanaga, who are some of the best pitchers that are at least lefties in the league. And we've seen how he played against the Reds lefties, like Andrew Abbott, and they're also very good, and they kind of destroy us. So we're playing better pitchers than that. And then we all know Jose Iglesias does have good starts against lefties, but O'Hearn and Cronenworth are producing well recently. And O'Hearn has just been good against lefties for us this year. So what does that mean, right? Because we're going to be down Laureano, which means we need someone in left field. The only one who can really play left field is Gavin Sheets. I mean, obviously Bryce Johnson, right? But someone who's like a real good hitter. Maybe O'Hearn at left field, but I don't think he has that many starts at left field, but I'm sure he can do it, right? But Gavin Sheets has been our normal left fielder. So do you want that defense out there if it keeps the bat in the lineup? I don't know. But AJ Cassavell predicts, someone's honking outside. AJ Cassavell predicts that Bryce Johnson will start left field against lefties and will keep Sheets as a pinch hit bat. How does that make the lineup? Hold on, let me think about it real quick. So if we put Bryce Johnson at left, that means we're either going to have to bench Arraez, Sheets, or O'Hearn. They're saying, it's saying Sheets as a pinch hit, not a DH. I don't know if I said that, but yeah. Basically, they're saying no Sheets against lefties, which I don't know. Like, I love Bryce Johnson because he definitely has that dog in him, but do I want his bat more and his dog in him more than Sheets? But obviously, I do like Bryce Johnson's defense. We've seen it firsthand, so I don't know. Again, let me know what you guys think. I, of course, have numbers, because who doesn't love numbers? These are batting stats for us. But versus left-handers, obviously, we've had way more at-bats against righties than lefties. But it's not horrible, but it's not great, right? We're 244 against lefties. On base is about 300. Slugs, 370. So it actually feels like it's getting better over the course of the year. But we're definitely not the same with lefties as we are with righties. And that's, I don't say to be expected, but we're kind of a lefty-heavy lineup. I mean, Cronenworth, Arraez, Sheets, Merrill. Like, we have a lot of lefties on this team. We do have a lot of lefties. And some hit well against lefties, some don't. It's the reality of things. And then down there is just pitching stats. It's not really that important, but if you want to look at it, feel free. But we do pitch not great away, 416. And we're probably... So the Dodgers just clinched, so we're not going to get the division, which sucks. The Cubs won, and they're playing the Mets. So we basically, if we want to beat the Cubs, we got to hope they lose a lot, and we have to beat the Diamondbacks. Unfortunately, the Diamondbacks are super hungry right now, and they just lost to the Dodgers twice. So they're desperate. Mets are desperate. So let's just see how things go. But yeah, it still looks like, even through all this fiasco, that we'll probably play against the Cubs at Wrigley. But I mean, as long as we're in the playoffs, just let things happen, right? So finally, who gets the last 3 roster spots? Padres will likely carry 5 starters: Darvish, Cease, Vasquez, Pivetta, and King. 1 open position player slot after Laureano's IL candidate, Will Wagner. Bullpen spots are Kyle Hart, Bradley Rodriguez, Yuki Matsui among options. He predicts that they will have Wagner on the bench and Hart plus Matsui as relievers. Now, do we like Matsui as a possible reliever? Because obviously he's been bad pretty much the entire year except for the beginning. But I feel like he's had some okay starts recently. But do we like that more than, say, like Bradley Rodriguez? Do we like that more than, I don't have the exact numbers off the top of my head, but like, how about this then? How do we feel about Hart versus Matsui? You know what I mean? Do you prefer Hart or do you prefer Matsui? I think, honestly, I might prefer Hart, mostly because he can go longer if he needs to. And Matsui is a pretty short reliever guy. But also we're paying Matsui fat to like pitch in these kind of situations, even though he's played pretty horribly all year. So I don't know. You guys let me know because I am curious. But that's pretty much everything the article had to talk about. Just those 3 big things that could have massive impacts on this team. Where was the last thing I wanted to show you? Boop. Yeah, so this is what we're going to face. Like I said, we got the Matthew Boyd. Remember Colin Rea? That's a throwback. But Shota Ito Manga. Whatever, you know what I mean. I'm so horrible at names. And this is the lineup we're probably going to face. So, yeah, it's going to be a really tough game, but it's the playoffs. We should expect tough games. You know what I mean? Let's stop expecting or hoping for bad teams. We have to prove ourselves. Let's beat the hard teams. Let's start pushing and pushing and pushing, because that's all that's left for us in the season is to win it all. Push, fight, other inspiring things. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about all this stuff. Do you agree with AJ Cassavell? Do you have your own takes? What's the rotation look like for you? Let me know. I am very curious to know what you guys think. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe and go Padres. Goodbye.